Hi, I'm AJ from Pinnacle Diving, and this is video part 2, answering questions regarding observations that were made based on SMBs and reels. So on the first video, I talked about why I have two SMBs and why they're two different colors. On this video, I'll talk about reels and why they're separated from the SMBs, why they're not together before the dive. So reels are good for multiple purposes. They're not just for SMBs. They're also good for teaching, training, and instruction, surveys, laying line on the ground. But cave divers, wreck divers, and occupational divers that dive in confined spaces also use them so that you have a guide, a line, a direct path to an exit, so you don't get lost. They're also good for limited visibility environments. However, besides minor exploration and SMB use, they're also good for emergency procedures. Let's say that during the deepest part of the dive, something catastrophic happens and I lose the ability to see, or I lose all of my instruments and I have no idea how deep I am, or how, any of that type of stuff, right? Well, I can launch an SMB to the surface if I'm in an open water environment and I have a direct path to the surface. And I have a series of knots tied in these. I have one knot at 15 meters, I have 2 knots at 12 meters, I have 3 knots at 9 meters, 4 knots at 6 meters, and 5 knots at 3 meters. And I can perform some no visibility minimum deco procedures on my way to the surface to try and keep myself safe. So the way it would work is I lose all vision, I launch the SMB, and let's say, for example, I do some mental math and I know that it should take me about 2 minutes to get to my first stop at 15 meters. I could travel along the line and count in my head to try and move as slowly as possible. And by the time I get to 2 minutes, I should be coming up to that knot, that first knot at 15 meters. Count for 60 seconds, stay there for 1 minute, begin moving to the next stop at 12, count for 2 minutes, and then do 3 minutes at 9 meters, 4 minutes at 6 meters, and 5 minutes at 3 meters. By the time I get to the surface, it's 15 minutes of deco. So minimum deco as an emergency procedure is possible. The second thing is for the two SMBs. So again, everything's fine, dive's good, I launched the first SMB, no problems. But then some catastrophic event happens and I need to launch the second SMB. Well, I can, instead of having 2 lines above my head which pose an entanglement hazard, I can just take the second one, clip it to the line of the first one, and send it up, and when they get to the surface they're at the same place. I hope that makes sense. So that's why I keep them separated, that's why I have 2 sets, and that's why they're 2 different colors. I hope that answers the question. If you have any more questions, feel free to shoot me a message by email through the website, and I'll do the best that I can to answer them. Have a great day.